Hi, this is Sateeshpatnaik, your trainer. So today's our class is in core Java. So what are the different types of variables in Java? So today's session is in English. So if you need a Telugu class, tomorrow again I'll repeat the same class in Telugu. Okay. See, if anyone missed my previous classes, I'll provide the links in the description. Please go through the particular links. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed how to define a method and how to call the methods from your main method, how to create the object inside the main method, and we discussed data types, basic data types in the Java, like primitive data types, the reference data type. So we discussed all these things in the last class. So today's our class is the variables in Java. If anyone missed the yesterday's class, please verify the description. I'll provide the link. Okay. See, in Java, mainly we have three types of variables. What are the three kinds of variables in Java? Local variable, instance variable, and the class variable. The class variable is also called as a static variable. So with examples, today we are going to see one by one. So initially coming to the local variable. Local variable means the variable which is declared within the method body. What is the meaning of local variable? The variable which is declared within the method body is called as a local variable. Already you know about a method body. Now, yesterday we discussed this hello program. Here, how many methods yesterday we created? M1, M2, M3. I created three methods. Now, while defining the method, yesterday we discussed it is called as a method body. Now, this opening bracket and this closing bracket. So this part is called as a method body. So inside this method body, if you declare any variable, inside this method body, if you declare any variable, those variables are called as a local variable. But we can use the local variables only within the same method. We can use the local variables only within the same method. We cannot use it from any other methods. We cannot use it from any other methods. Okay. So today I'll show the example for the local variable. You can take any class name, your wish. So better take a meaningful class name like a local variable example. I written like some variable one, but better you need to create a class like a local variable example. How to create a class? So right click on your package, go to the new. Every Java program is beginning with a class. Every Java program is beginning with a class. So just you should create a new class. Better give a class name like a local variable example. So inside that class, we need to write a program. Okay. So here I'm writing two methods. The method names can be anything. For example, I'm writing M1 and M2. M1 is my first method. M2 is my second method. So it is the M1 method body. It is our method body. See, inside the method body, if you declare any variable, so that variable is called as a local variable. Now, for your understanding purpose, just here I written a comment. So this is a comment. Like this, you can write any comment. So comment means for your user friendliness, you can write any information here. It will not impact on execution. With using these slashes, you can write anything here. No, it will not execute. Only for your understanding purpose, you can write anything. Say within the method body, if you declare a variable, that variable is called as a local variable. But where you can use the local variable, you can use the local variable only within the same method. Only within the same method. We cannot use it from any other method. We cannot use it from any other method. For example, say I want to copy this one, system.out.println A. Just I want to copy it. Where I want to paste it, once I want to paste in the M2 method. Within the M2, I want to paste it. No, it will not accept. So you can see the error. Now, why it is showing the error? A is a local variable in M1. A is a local variable in M1. So we cannot use it from M2. We cannot use it from M2. We can use the local variables only from the same method. We cannot use it from any other methods. Okay. So if I run the program, always the execution is beginning with main method only. Already you know that. Always the execution is beginning with main method. See, it is a main method opening bracket, main method closing bracket. So here you can see the print statement. Just I want to print like just we entered into the main method. You can write anything your wish. See, after this statement, I want to call M1 and M2. If you want to call the methods, you must create an object to your class. You must create object to your class. Now, what is your class name? The class name is, for example, variable 1. So here you need to write the variable 1. Opposite side here also you need to write the variable 1, and here you need to give a object name. Object name can be anything. It may be X, it may be Y, it may be Z, your wish. What is this new? The new is called as a object data type or reference data type. Object data type or reference data type. Already in the last session we discussed about this new. Okay, so now with using this particular object, we are calling M1, we are calling M2. So when you are calling M1, so how many statements will print? In M1 there are two print statements. So one print statement is like it is my first method, and the second print statement is A. Now what it will print the A value? What is the A value? The A value is 10. It will print the 10 here. And when you are calling M2, in M2 how many print commands? In M2 there is only one print command. As it is, it will print. Okay. See, observe the execution. See, I'm executing the program. You can see the console. See, first of all, it is printing like just we entered into the main method. That means always the execution is beginning with main method. So after that, it is calling M1. So in M1, how many print commands? In M1, there are two print commands. In M1, there are two print commands, like it is first method and we are printing the A value. And in M2, how many print commands? In M2, there is only one print command. Okay, fine. So till now, we discussed about the local variable. What is the meaning of a local variable? The variable which is declared within the method body is called as a local variable. We can use the local variable only within the same method. So next one is coming to the second heading, instance variable. So what is this instance variable? Just listen, if you declare the variable outside the method, if you declare the variable outside this method, that is a instance variable. Now what is the advantage with the instance variable? The advantage is we can use the instance variable from any method within the class. Say for example, I'm writing a class, I'm creating a new class. What is my class name? For example, variable 2. You can give any class name, you can write like an instance variable example like that. Okay. So here I'm declaring the variable outside the methods. So it is called as a instance variable. So where I can use the instance variable? You can use the instance variable from any method within the class. So you can use it from M1 and you can use it from M2. Say observe the M1. In M1 I am printing the A value, as well as in M2 also I am printing the A value. So we can use the instance variable from any method within the particular class. See, when I'm executing the program, always the execution starts with main method. Already you know that. So initially it will print this hi. Only for your confirmation only I am writing like this. After this hi, I want to call M1 and M2. So we need to create an object to the class with using the object. What is the object here? The Z is the object. So with using that object, we are calling M1 and we are calling M2. So in M1, how many print commands? In M1, there are two print statements. In M2, there are two print statements. In M1, it will print the A value. In M2 also, it will print the A value. You can see the output. See, I'm executing the program. So initially, the execution starts with a main method. And first of all, it is printing the hi. Now, after printing the hi, see, it is calling the M1. Now, in M1, how many print commands? In M1, there are two print commands. You can see the A value. In M2 also, you can see the A value. So what is the instance variable? The variable which is declared outside the method is the instance variable. We can use it from any method within the class. Any method within the class. Now coming to the class variable or static variable. See, initially you can take the heading like a static variable. So what is this, a static variable? See, coming to your yesterday's class, in yesterday class, we are taking two variables, A and B. In yesterday class, in Hello program, we are taking two variables, A and B. I want to call these variables from the main method. I want to call these variables from the main method. From the main method, if you want to call any methods or if you want to call any variables, the object is mandatory. Without object, we cannot call the methods and we cannot call the variables. So here in yesterday's class, we are calling like x dot a and x dot b. Here the x is an object name. So with using that object name, we are calling the a and we are calling the b. But today's my requirement is, without using this object, I want to call the variable. I want to call the variable. Then simply before your variable, just make it as a static. Before the variable, make it as a static. So if you make it as a static variable, then we can call it from the main method. We can call it from the main method without using any object. Without using any object. I'll show you. And one more thing, when you are writing the static, it must be in lowercase only. It must be in lowercase only. See, observe the main method. In the main method, so when I'm calling the a, no need to write x dot a, and no need to write x dot a. So directly I can write system.out.println a. See, it's not showing any error. See, even if I run the program, I can see the a value. Here I can see the a value. The a value is 10. Now initially it is printing the high. After the high, we are calling m1, m2, m3. So it is your yesterday's program. After the high, it is printing m1. It is m2. It is m3. Next we are printing the a value and b value. Okay, ma? So here we are calling the a variable in the variable a without using any object. Now why? What is the reason? The a is a static variable. So if the variable is a static variable, directly we can call the static variable from the main method, without using any object. Okay, we have one more advantage with static variable. The one more advantage is we can use the static variables from any other programs. We can use the static variables from any other programs or other classes based on the class name. Now, what is the class name here? You can see the class name, Hello program. Just I'll copy the class name. And go to any other program. For example, I'll go to the demo one. In the demo one, we have a main method. Just here I'm printing like hi, I'm printing some hello. And I want to write one more sysout. Sysout means system.out.println. What is the shortcut? Sysout control space. Okay. Here I can call the variable a, the static variable a, based on the class name. In which class we have the static variable? What is that class name? That class name is Hello program. Already we copied it. Just I pasted here. Hello program dot a. See, that means we can call the static variables. From other programs or other classes based on the class name. So that's why the static variables are also called as a class variables. See, you can see the hi, you can see the hello. After that, it is printing the a value. What is the a value? In that hello program, the a value is 10. That means we can use that static variable from any other program based on the class name. So that's why the static variables are also called as a class variable. Okay, man. This is about the local variable, instance variable, and the class variable. Okay, man. Got it? So now coming to the next issue, the next topic is constructor. What is a constructor? See, constructor is also a method. A constructor is also a method. today also we written a number of methods. Today, what are the different methods we written? So today we written like M1, M2, like that we written a multiple methods. Same like your M1, M2, M3, the constructor is also a method. But what is the difference between a normal method and constructor? Now, the difference is if the class name and the method name both are same. If the class name, the method name, both are same, that is called as a constructor. That is called as a constructor. For example, if your class name is some ABC, the method name should be ABC only. If the class name is some XYZ, the method name should be XYZ only. So if the class name and the method name both are same, so that method is called as a constructor. What is the difference between your normal method and constructor? See, to explain the difference, here I given a normal method M1 and I am giving a constructor also. Now, some people feels like the name must be a constructor. No, it's not like that. You can give any class name, just copy the class name, and in the method name you need to use the same. That is called as a constructor. It's not a rule like you need to use that name like a constructor. It may be ABC, XYZ, anything. See, now I'll explain the difference between a normal method and constructor. So here inside the constructor, just I want to print hi. Now inside the constructor, just I want to print hi. So inside the M1, the method M1, just I want to print it is first method. See, coming to the main method, from the main method, I want to call the methods. From the main method, I want to call the methods. So from the main method, if you want to call any methods, initially you need to create an object. Already you know the object creation. See, in object creation, initially you need to write your class name. Initially you need to write your class name. Next, you need to write the object name. What is the object for our class? For example, I created an object like a Z. With using this Z, we are calling only M1. We are calling only M1. So how many methods we are calling here? We are calling only one method, M1. Then if I run the program, what should be the output? The output should be, it is first method. The output should be, it is first method. But observe the execution. Observe the output here. You can see like it is first method. Okay, the M1 is printed. But why the hi is printed? No, we are not calling any constructor here. We are calling only M1. But why this hi is printed? Why the constructor executed? See, once observe the object creation. Once observe the object creation. See, when you are creating the object, automatically we are calling the constructor here at the ending part. This part is called as a constructor calling. Now, at the time of object creation, at the ending, we are calling our constructor. That means if the method is a normal method, we need to call the method manually. If the method is a constructor, then automatically the constructor is executing at the time of object creation. At the time of object creation only, we are calling our constructor. Say, for example, I want to comment this M1 calling. I don't want to call the method M1. See, if I run the program, see, I'm not calling any method, but still it is printing hi. Now, why it is printing hi? We are creating the object. At the time of object creation, we are calling the constructor. So inside the constructor, there is the hi. So you can see the hi. So for example, I don't want to create any object. I don't want to create any object to the particular class. Then it will not execute any constructor. It will not execute any constructor. So when the constructor executes automatically at the time of object creation. At the time of object creation. Okay, ma? Got it? Say, if any mandatory statements are there, compulsory statements are there, you can keep all the mandatory statements inside the constructor. So why? Because no need to call it separately. Automatically that mandatory statements will be executed at the time of object creation only. At the time of object creation, those mandatory statements will be executed. So in future, I'll explain the constructor overloading. Now, there is one more topic like a constructor overloading. So in future, I'll explain it. Why? Because before entering into the constructor overloading, you should know the method overloading and method overriding. In future, we are going to see method overloading and method overriding. After that, a method overloading and method overriding. So then only I can explain the constructor overloading. Then only you can understand that. Okay. So that's why today just you need to learn the basic information about the construct. Okay. See, one more request, many of you are watching my classes, but you are not subscribing. So please subscribe my channel and please like my channel. So if you press the like button, then it will reach to the many of our people who needs it. Okay. Please like, share and subscribe. If you feel that it is useful, then please share it with your friends or family members who needs it. Okay. See, and one more thing, previously we discussed the variables like a local variable and instance variable. I'll explain another small example on that local variable and instance variable. See, observe the small example here. See, in this example, already we discussed this particular example. Here the a equal to 10, it is an instance variable. A equal to 10, it's an instance variable. Why? Because the variable is declared outside the method. The variable is declared outside the method. So it is an instance variable. You can use it from M1 and you can use it from M2 also. Okay. But here I want to write the local variable A. Within the M1 definition, I want to write integer A equal to 20. I want to write int A equal to some 20. This is a local variable. Now, why I'm saying like it is a local variable? Already we discussed the variable which is declared within the method body. The variable which is declared within the method body is called as a local variable. So this A equal to 20 is a local variable. For your understanding purpose, just I'm writing like it is a local variable. Now, if I run the program, initially the execution starts with main method. First it will print the high. After the high, it will print, it will call the M1 and M2. So inside the M1, what is the A value it will print? It will print the A value as a 20 or it will print the A value as a 10. So here, the A value will be printed as 20 only. Why it will print the 20 here? What is the reason? Always the first priority will go to the local variable only. Always the first priority will go with local variable only. But coming to the M2, in M2 also I am printing the A value. Here it is printing the A value as 10. Here it is printing the A value as a 10, the instance variable. Why? Because here there is no local variable. So that's why here A means it will take the A value from instance variable. So always the first priority is for local variable. The second priority is for instance variable. So for your understanding purpose, I'll explain a small example. So when you are going for some job opportunities, always the first priority is for locals. The next priority is for outers. I think already you know that even state-wise or even the country-wise, always the first priority is for the locals, the next priority is for outers. Here, for your understanding purpose, I'm explaining like that. Easily you can understand. Here also, always the first priority is for local variable. So it will print the A value as a 20 here. And here, if there is no local, then the output will be printing from instance variable. See, once I'll execute the program, you can see the output here. Initially, it is printing the high. Now, why it is printing the high? Here inside the main method, I written some high. So now it is M1. In M1, what is the A value it is printing? In the M1, it is printing the A value is 20. In M2, it is printing the A value is 10. So here, when you have a local and instance variable, the first priority will go for local. The second priority is for instance variable. Right? See, if anyone needs the one-to-one online training, so I'll provide the one-to-one online training also. Okay, in the description, I am providing my mail ID. So if anyone needs the online training, please contact to my mail ID. So I'm providing the training on Core Java and Selenium with WebDriver, SQL Server, manual testing. Okay, once I'm repeating. So Core Java, Selenium WebDriver, SQL Server, manual testing. So anyone needs the one-to-one online training, so please contact to my mail ID. Okay. See, for today I'm closing here. In the next class, I'm repeating the same session in the Telugu. If any Telugu people are there, please continue with the next session. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. For today, I'm closing here. Okay. See you in the next session. Bye.